Why, hello there, Sir Richard Cackington III here. Thank you so much for stopping by. And today, Bungie released a brand new trailer for the upcoming Beyond Light expansion for Destiny 2, the story reveal trailer. And in it, some really interesting things were revealed. So we're gonna break that trailer down in this video and let's get started. But just before we do, there is a huge sale going on for Advanced GG, the best and only clinically proven gaming supplement out there. If you use code KHD30, it's 30% off, and you can support other creators like MTashed, Mr. Fruit, The Dream Team, G1, they have all got flavors, so you can get their flavors, support them, use the code, get a better discount than normal, support me. It's a win-win-win-win-win. I can't see why you wouldn't do it. Alright, now let's move on to the trailer breakdown. And interestingly, this trailer came with an update to the official Beyond Light website, and so we have some additional supplemental information to go along with this trailer. So, starts out and we have the main antagonist, Eramis, and she is telling kind of her master plan to a bunch of Fallen. Now from the updated website we have this blurb. So, the deadly Kell of Darkness seeks to restore the glory of her people, to exact revenge on the Traveler for abandoning them, to forge Helsinki culture anew, Helsinki being Fallen, free from the weight of its past. Now imbued with the power of Stasis, she has found the ultimate tool to achieve her aims. And we do kind of see that within the trailer. In fact, we see Eramis extract something from this pyramid-ish shard. And that's something we've actually seen that many times before in this promotional image. That seems to be the object she extracts. Now interestingly, like, what is she extracting this from? It seems to be like a shard of a pyramid ship or some sort of darkness device. In fact, like from the early frames, it almost looks like those shards that descend and start the public events that we're doing right now on Io and Titan, right? In any event, continuing along, we see this nice view of Europa, and interestingly, if you look right here, it's one of those like shield boxes that you find on Mercury and Nessus, where there's like a Minotaur inside, and then you kill the guard and then kill the Minotaur and get a few resources. So that's just something I noticed. But moving forward from there, we see something really interesting. We see a group of Vex here, but one is different from the rest, and that is a brand new enemy type that is joining the Vex, at least on Europa. Now, will this new enemy type in the future be on other planets as well? It could be. Now, really interestingly, we see very clearly what looks like a shield emulating from this new Vex enemy type. And then you can actually see a Guardian behind it, like shooting it from the back. So this Guardian has flanked around in order to kill this enemy. So perhaps you're gonna have to do that. Like, it's gonna be invulnerable from the front, or maybe have a really small hitbox from the front. So you're gonna have to flank it to realistically kill it in some scenarios. And that's gonna add a big layer of diversity to when you're fighting Vex now with this expansion. Like, you're gonna have these guys shielding off hobgoblins and stuff. Like, that could be a really big deal. But what's even more interesting is that we've seen this new enemy type before in a previous trailer, but as you can see, it was doing something totally different. In that trailer, it was up in the air and then lunging at Guardians, and this made it seem like a very aggressive, melee-focused enemy, but what we're seeing in the new trailer contradicts that. So are these actually two new enemy types, or will this one new enemy type have a bunch of different abilities? Either it's shielding its allies and shooting you, and then if you get too close, maybe it does that melee attack, but yeah, that's something very interesting to note. But as we continue forward from there, we see a lone Fallen walking, and this is actually the guy that sends the distress signal that gets us on Europa in the first place. But this isn't just a random Fallen, this is Variks. And he is a returning character from Destiny 1. As you can see, he actually used to be a vendor on the Reef social space, and he was a pretty big part of the House of Wolves DLC. So the fact that he's back, like, is he gonna be another interactable NPC or vendor in this expansion, or is he just gonna be a character within the story? In any event, it's interesting that the Exo Stranger shows up like the second he sends that distress signal. Like, does the Exo Stranger already know that this is gonna happen? Do they confront each other, or is the Exo Stranger just like watching what's going on? Gonna be interesting to find out. But both Variks and the Exo Stranger got informational snippets on the website. So for Variks, it says, after helping Uldren Sov escape the Prison of Elders, Variks has only recently emerged from hiding. An uneasy ally in the fight against Eramis, he is a shrewd opportunist who wants to do good, even if his choices are always suspect. And then for the Exo Stranger, it says, the mysterious Exo Stranger has not been seen since the fall of the Black Garden. With exceptional insight into the future, she has made Europa her home. Her experience will guide Guardians' understanding of the power of Stasis. But as we continue forward, we were just introduced to Variks, and he's already in trouble because he's getting frozen by Eramis. Now, does he escape this scenario? Like, is this at the beginning where he somehow escapes or breaks free and then contacts us because he knows Eramis has gone wild? Or is this near the end? Like, is this his death scene? Who really knows? But as we move forward from there, we keep seeing a few of the same, like, unique looking Fallen. So these are actually lieutenants of Eramis, and they've got their own snippet here saying Eramis's lieutenants, oh my goodness, Atrakas, Cridis, Philikas, and Farakis. Guys, just give me a break. So the highest ranking and most trusted subjects of the Fallen Kell of Darkness. Skilled stasis wielders, they are as lethal as they are loyal, potent foes who will stop at nothing to advance Eramis's cause. So these are going to be likely the strike bosses you face. We know there's 2 new strikes coming with Beyond Light, so probably one will be a boss for each of those. Potentially during the story, you're going to face another one. Like, interestingly though, it mentions 4 names, however, it shows 3. So that's kind of interesting to note. There's a 4th secret one out there somewhere on Europa, but just be expecting to face these guys and be expecting them to wield Stasis. In fact, that's what we see next within the trailer, is actual gameplay of like Guardians being attacked with Stasis. We've kind of just seen the Guardians use Stasis up to this point, but like you can see from this scene right here, they're being shot at, and we actually have a Warlock here completely frozen solid, like just not even moving under the effects of Stasis. And then we even see a Guardian die, but as we move forward, we see a quick snippet of the Exo Stranger, Eris, and the Drifter, like the 3 original characters in the Beyond Light reveal. And Eris and the Drifter got their snippets as well on the website. So you can see right here, for Eris Morn, a survivor of unspeakable horrors, Eris is a former hunter who has dedicated her life to understanding and defeating the darkness. Now she answers the Exo Stranger's call and the lure of Stasis. For the Drifter, it says smooth talker, scavenger, hustler. The Drifter is all these things and more. A light bearer from the earliest days of the Last City, he has long boasted of his connection to the darkness. For him, it's not about right or wrong, it's about survival. But then moving forward, we see Eramis herself attacking this Guardian and again freezing them solid. Like, this is, I think, kind of really the first clear footage of a Guardian not affected by Stasis, gets attacked, and then that's the Stasis effect. So they're not dead, they are completely frozen. And that means that's what we're going to be able to do to other people with our Stasis subclasses. So expect a lot of freezing followed up by some emoting in PvP. Like, yeah, that's gonna happen a lot. And then at the very end of the trailer, something really interesting, however, we actually see 3 Guardians frozen and then 1 breaks free. And I believe Bungie mentioned something about you can take extra damage to break free of stasis earlier than normal. So that's something to keep in mind as well. If you do get frozen, potentially you have that option to, instead of just waiting for a long period of time for it to wear off, you can break free, take extra damage, but be able to move around again. In any event, guys, that is it for the trailer. I hope you enjoyed, found this informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.